indie podcasters therapy. This is the quietest we've ever seen the indie podcasters. And what makes Marlene and Fiona quiet?
So I've never tried this before. It's a thistle. And
isn't that good? She's not finished yet.
No, I'm not finished yet. But God, I can see why people get so into it. It's just kind of really engrossing, isn't it? It's just a wee, not very good, but recognisable thistle. So look, I just got on the train this morning from Glasgow, came over to Alloa, and here we are in Resonate Together premises, but you've been here pretty well all week.
Yes.
So tell us why you've been here for the whole week. I mean, then we'll get into some of the detail about the exhibition. Go on.
Well, this is an art exhibition that we've put on in partnership with Resonate Together. These are their premises, former distillery, Carsbridge Distillery, and they have very kindly given us the use of 3 rooms in their premises for us to display a whole selection of art that's come from various people, and a lot of them are people who were in Yes Stones, a lot of them are just people who are artists, some of them are indie focused. A lot of it isn't actually specifically independence related. There's a lot of landscapes, there's literary figures, there's historical events, and then there's just designs and cartoons and a whole range of stuff.
Lots of little cottages.
A lot of cottages.
Cottages, usually with that saltire on it somewhere. It might be quite small, but if you look, you see it. Yeah.
Or the road sign says Independence Road.
This is big. that's 3 fair-sized rooms. Yeah. Obviously we're set up here to do painting stones, but all the walls are...
They're covered. So this is the charity Resonate Together, who are hosting the art exhibition, which has been organised by Yes Stones and Yes Slates, Neil and Lynne. So this is Oakhill House, is it?
Yeah, so Harvey House is the one that's got...
That's the one at the back. Oakhill House and Harvey House are all that remain of the Carsbridge Distillery, once a large part of the working and cultural life of the people of Alloa. Resonate Together have a big dream to transform them into offering a wide range of creative and social activities as a means of regenerating mental and well-being for a challenged community. Isn't that lovely? There's the original picture. And this is all the artwork that has been donated for the exhibition and sale. We've just spread it all around the walls of this room so we can see just what we've got. Right now we have no idea what we're going to do with it, and we've only got today to figure it out. There's Lynne down on her knees, cataloguing so we know what's what and who's done what. There's so much. These are Braille. Do we know what the Braille ones say?
Well, maybe it says what's written below. Free Scotland. And Yes Stones.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it is.
We've cracked our English code. So the next trick is going to be working out what we display where.
See, that's too high.
I don't
know. So we probably need to be a centimetre to the left and a centimetre and a bit down.
The other window ledges in the room.
In the main room.
Yeah, I've got some, I think, in there.
We think we've got everything on the walls and on the window ledges.
Is it worth making a wee video?
Well, I am making a wee video.
On the outside of town, I was walking around, but my feet, they don't travel so far. There's a million things that I want to do on this road with my old guitar. but I always think of you, my homeland so true. My heart is ready to free the white and the blue.
This is a fantastic facility here. In fact, I keep getting the title wrong. Carsbridge Campus.
Carsbridge Cultural Campus at the moment, because we just wanted something nobody could pronounce.
As you can see, they've got a fantastic array of buildings which used to be part of Carsbridge Distillery, and Angela and Cameron and Resonate have actively tried to raise funding and restore this into this arts community. There's all sorts of activities going in and on and within the gardens, which, as promised, I've been keen to support, and I'm very pleased that one of the events that put on today is for Scottish independent artists, and very much thank them for choosing this as a venue. But more importantly, they're raising funding for a number of charities, including Resonate. And I hope you'll agree that just looking around at the pictures is a fantastic assemblage of what people want to achieve when they have a little bit of inspiration and passion, and they just basically, I think it was Frank Zappa that said, art is the art of making money out of nothing. But I know Angela doesn't like that. But for me, it kind of sums up this human endeavour. But I know a lot of people get involved in art just for art's sake, if you like, the passion of it. And I think we can see that illustrated in the walls and the different paintings that we have. So, again, I'd just like to thank the independent artists, but more importantly, they have a gift to Angela and Cameron for hosting this event, and a bottle of whiskey, which that's which
Team total up.
That's it, you'll never open it that way.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much for the presentation. So, as the Provost Donald touched on, this used to be a distillery site right back to the end of the 1700s, and it has an incredible history. Many people moved to Alloa because they wanted to work at this distillery as it grew over the centuries. And it really instilled a family atmosphere. So when we were fortunate enough to find out about 2 buildings that were left on site and the owners didn't know what to do with, they're not listed, but we've managed to find documents that take them back to, they suddenly appear on maps in the mid-1800s. And when we found out that they weren't listed and they might be knocked down, we did a big community survey, and the overwhelming response from Alloa and across Clackmannanshire was save our heritage. So because we knew nothing about how to do that, we decided we would step in because we thought it would be fun, and it's been really hard. One of the incredible things that's happened has been amazing amount of people, all ages, all backgrounds, all ability, in our county, in Alloa, in Clackmannanshire, that have stepped forward and helped here, because this is a huge project. The buildings alone, the daily activity, and of course the overwhelming need and passion and aspiration in our community, because we all want something different, have you noticed? It's fascinating when it comes to art. So it's been an utter privilege to get involved in this project here, and Resonate has been going for 15 years, so we're hoping to make it to our 16th birthday. The bills are against us for this place. 3 weeks at Christmas, just for this one building, was £2,000 for the heating alone. So you can imagine the challenges. But we're all volunteers, and we're determined to try and make sure that this becomes a real legacy owned by our community rather than a millstone, because we deserve to have some fun at the end of all this, don't we? So a huge thank you to everybody that's been involved in our county. And today, a special celebration for Yes Stones and Yes Slates. And this week, we have been working alongside Lynne and Neil and several other people that kept turning up and bringing things and getting involved and waving a hammer. It's been fantastic. The energy has been lovely. The atmosphere has been great. And just seeing the artworks on the walls, what a stunning inspiration. So to me, it is a moment in time of your story, of Scotland's story, of us together as a whole community. And I'm absolutely thankful that this has happened. So thank you very much to everybody.
Yes, and I think you're familiar with this.
One of our own, yes.
Right.
Look at the detail on that work.
Yes,
She's just getting there and there.
got a little owl by Tracy.
Busy morning, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
very busy.
We've got-
People come and go.
Yes.
Weekends should be busy. Lots of sales already. There's one sold there from Lynne Miller, for example.
That's a beauty.
That was one.
Got them.
And this is another one of your own, and
Yeah, and I'll no doubt pop round at the
Oh, there's another one
that's
sold.
mine.
So for subject matter, it's absolutely brilliant, but the quality for paint on is amazing.
Oh,
So-
yes, because it's very.
Hence the fine.
Yes, but it's almost like stone, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
as opposed to slate. Here as well, the other three
Oh, I've not seen this
I
one.
like that one because
Yeah.
they're all bordered with that.
launched it quite right. We all know how it was rough there, eh? And so the BBC, the blooming BBC, made a friggin' documentary about it, which you can still watch part of YouTube.
Cause frustration.
Because I was just saying to Walker just now that I walked through to the back room, the third room as it was walking round and saw there was a couple of paintings there, and I was looking at them and thinking, so they remind me of Joan Airdley's paintings, and I only discovered her paintings last maybe 5 or 6 years, actually, I have to say.
Yeah.
And of course, she died so young. It was so tragic.
she did some
tragic.
beautiful
But you did those, and they're kind of.
Well,
It's like the kids, the
she
Glasgow
was
kids.
my main inspiration to do them, but I took them for black and white photographs. A lot of them, the Glasgow photographer Oscar Moserrat,
Yeah.
his black and whites, and a London guy, Hardy I think his name was, who came up to the Gorbals and took photographs, all these black and white photographs of the slum kids, and that's what I've took.
So you start off with a photo,
Yes, it's a photograph from a black and white photograph.
and then do you put in a kind of outline and then you start painting, or?
Oh yeah, I do my a rough outline and then it's pastels. But I've only started doing pastels. I used to do oil pastels years ago, but oil paints was my main one. But when I was in advertising, I had to do any style,
Yeah.
and illustration. So I've not really got a style. I'm trying to develop a style, and I'm beginning to with my acrylics and with my pastels. And my son loves my pastels, so I think I'm going to stick to that loose.
Yeah, but those ones are the kids. I mean, well, it was a particular family that Joan Airdley kind of painted again, and the kids in it. And I mean, they had a tough background. It was tough.
Townhead.
Yeah, it was in Townhead.
Aye.
That's where her studio was, and she'd sort of, say, look, come up. Well, be sweeties. You kind of think, God, if I did that these days, not sure how it would go down. But she was friends with them.
Yep.
She was friends with those kids, and then there's these paintings of them, and I mean, you've caught something of the character of those kids there, because they look like they're having a bit of a tough time, and they certainly kind of
They didn't realise it.
Yeah, they didn't realise
They were happy.
it. Yeah,
But They were in a slum, and they'd all skint knees. I don't know if you
I know, I've noticed one of them,
which we all did back then, because I lived in a bit of a slum area in Parkhead, in Salamanca Street, and down the back it was all stagnant puddles and old bomb shelters. I used to jump the bomb shelters and crazy stuff happens, and the injuries that was happening. It was brilliant though, it was great fun.
So what are the other paintings of yours through there? Is that Wendy Woods?
The one, the slashed one.
Oh, did you do the
Yeah, I did
Mary Shelley?
Mary Shelley. Neil came to me and he said he commissioned me to do it. I didn't know anything about her. And I started researching it. You'll see my notes underneath it.
The lacing of the thread through the flesh is just brilliant.
Like Frankenstein.
There was a bit in it. I'd almost finished it. And also that's her script, that's her lettering underneath. I copied her lettering under the quill. But also, it was almost finished, it was finished. And I looked and I went, it's no balanced right. But it meant me drilling another hole to put another stitch in. I was like, oh dear. But Slate's unbelievably soft. So it worked, and I'm glad I did it because it's much better. Just that one was.
Yeah. You would have always known if you hadn't done it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But I loved doing that, and I spent ages on it. But I get really engrossed in all the, all the bits of it, like the heart, and electrifying, and the Frankenstein steps in Dundee. Because Neil gave me a book.
What do you think about this whole exhibition?
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I love all the diverse styles. My favourite is the Ukrainian girl through there that did the chickens. I was talking to her on Saturday, but I noticed she had another few. I was taking photographs of them, another few of them, and I was taking photographs of those two. Brilliant, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, lovely.
I've not bought any, but I've no way to put them.
That's exactly my issue. There's so many I would like to have. Where am I going to put them? I like that one there of the street of Glasgow with the march.
I'm tempted.
Yeah,
I am tempted to get that one. Yeah.
Because we've been there, we've
been there
marched
so
down
often.
that street.
Yeah, Richard's a character photographer. Two of his up there too.
Yeah.
They're very loose.
I'm fascinated that you say that those ones through there, the pastels, were from a black and white photo, because the greens in it, that's exactly the colour of my granny's kitchen and the windows in the house, so that must have been, everybody had that green.
Yep, the green, and my granny had a black sink.
Oh, right.
The sink was black.
I can't remember.
Oh,
Black sink.
Wow.
In a range.
Is it giving you any ideas for your next painting? Or you never short
an
of ideas?
idea I've got in my mind, and it's going to be including a few well-known faces for the group, but I don't know if I'm going to. I've been planning. It takes me a wee while to plan it in my head, and then I sketch it, and then I go right. That's it. But this one, I've only spoke to one person about it, and they've said, "Oh, you need to do that,"
That sounds intriguing.
Yeah,
That sounds intriguing. So listen, Walker, we'll need to catch
Keep
up
it a
with you.
secret.
We'll need to. Okay, well, we'll not put it on a podcast then. We'll keep it a secret.
No, you can put it out if you want.
Really nice talking to you.
Follow-up.
It's been lovely
Yeah,
speaking to you.
So this is Mary.
I just love the blue.
Busily working away on the slates, because this hasn't just been an art exhibition, it's also been a Yestone's workshop. So actually I've probably spent as much time in here as I have anywhere else. So have you been enjoying it?
I've loved it. I've been coming to Carsbridge for just over a year now, and I suffer from anxiety and depression. So when I came here, I was really anxious about coming in. And the minute I walked through the door and Angela and Cameron welcomed me, I just felt homely. So now this is my place.
Oh, that's
I love
lovely.
being here.
So you do you do some of the classes that you do?
I come to the Wednesday morning art craft club. I normally do card making or diamond art. But we're hoping soon to start up a
I used to only work for the primary
craft, like a card making class where we can do card making. We're going to do
I
like
didn't even buy
decorate wobbles for Christmas again.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's
That gets you in the mood, doesn't it? If you start making. So it's been like my husband will do it again.
Well, I hope so, because Angela and Cameron
I know
put their whole soul, heart and soul into do this place.
Just brilliant.
They've done a lot since they took over.
Yeah, they've been really helpful for us and so welcoming, as you say.
Yeah.
They make you feel at home straight away.
Angela welcomes me every time with a big warm hug. We're huggy people.
Well, there's always room for more hugs, isn't there? So what's is Slates your speciality or stones?
No, I just came in here and picked up something to do.
Just whatever you
I thought, when I seen the picture of the rainbow, and I thought,
right, yeah. Get inspiration just from whatever's around you. Yeah.
I love doing things.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for chatting to us. The Boulders and Blethers stone painting section of the day has been really popular. Fabulous how busy it's been, and people really getting into what they were doing and having a great time just nattering away. This is Angela, who runs this facility. You've been our host for the last 4 days for the exhibition. It's been absolutely wonderful. We've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm flagging now after 4 days. You must be absolutely exhausted. But tell us a bit about Resonate, the charity, and what you're doing here.
It's over 15 years, so it feels like, some days it feels like only yesterday, and other days, especially when we've been so busy over the last 4 days of this festival, that it feels like it's been a long story. But actually at the heart of it, it's always been the same thing. So Resonate is about people. It's about the human spirit, and it's about creating an environment where we build trust and kindness and help each other. And it sounds really simple, but in this challenging world that we all live in, it can be something that we forget about. So it's important to have spaces like this across the country that just enable each other to build connection.
Yeah, and such powerful things as well, trust and community and kindness. And you do such a range of things here, don't you?
Yeah, there was never an intention to even a focus to know where it was going to go or what it was going to do, and it's always been community-led. And of course, everybody wants everything. So we want to try things, and we're all curious, and we'll give this a go and try things out, and it's just been a fantastic journey. So we do a bit of everything. Recently, I was told that we're a little bit like a GP, because we welcome everybody of all ages, sizes, backgrounds, everything, and we do a bit of everything. So if anybody comes in that's actually needing certain support, then we have a really good network that we've built up over the 15 years that enables us to connect with people for specialist services. So we're sort of that go-to bit of glue in community. And also I think the most important thing that when people come through our door and when we're out in community, we're not having to ask about any challenges that they're facing or any difficulties that they're going through, any labels they have. It's always about, and what do you want to do? What is your hope? What's your aspiration? So to me, Resonate, working with the community that you've brought into the doors, the artists with incredible inspiration for so many people, the passion of the Yes Stone team and the community has been amazing. And I think that willingness to support each other, no matter your aims and objectives, but just that willingness to listen and to care and support is really what makes a strong community. And really important. So I've loved it. I'm absolutely shattered, but I'm really not surprised. I really love it. It's been a great weekend.
Nothing has been too much trouble. Nothing's been a problem. It's all been, yes, of course we do. Yes, you can do that. Of course you can do it this way, which is just, it's been lovely, and we've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, it's really kind of you, because I think one of the core things that's really important for all of us is if we feel and understand and learn together, it seems to inspire us, and we want more and more of that exciting travelling journey that we're going on. So learning whether it's for a qualification or whether it's for one's own hobby or to take something into the business arena, it's really important for us. And we've all got our own paces, so you have to be agile, I think is
definitely.
the word.
And so people, if any of our viewers or listeners that particularly in this area would like to know more about Resonate or like to get involved, whether as a volunteer or coming and doing the classes, what's the best way for them to do that?
So at the moment, as you know, we've been trying to save these buildings for a few years, and we've just about got there. So the funders have been brilliant and the community have been fantastic. But one of the things that has slipped a little has been our website. So it's very out of date, but we're just about to start working on it again. We're due to launch a new membership as well, so people will be able to find out about that. And yes, we are a team of volunteers here. There's lots of activity, lots of opportunities to get involved. So the best way is either at the moment through Facebook, because some people like to connect through that.
Does that Resonate Together as the
yeah,
name
that's right.
Facebook?
Yes, thank you. Resonate Together on there in our, or to actually come down and get in touch with us. So we do have a phone here, believe it or not. Actually, it doesn't feel so modern these days, does it? But you can always phone us and double check if you're travelling from across the county or beyond to make sure that we're open. Because there's some days, if we've had floods or something else has happened to the heritage buildings, that we have to be very cautious and safety conscious. So it's not been consistent. But Wednesdays and Thursdays for definite at the moment, we're open.
Excellent. It's Carsbridge Road,
yes,
which is on the bus routes. It's just up from the station.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to walk up from the station? About 20 minutes,
not
maybe?
Not even 10 minutes. Yeah.
The buses go that way, I know, because my bus would go that way. And there's parking as well. And it's the other thing we've really appreciated is how accessible it is. There's no steps. Everything's nice, wide entrances, nice wide design, toilets people have been able to get into. We've had people here in wheelchairs, we've had people with crutches, and nobody's had any obstacle at all. So that's been really, really good. It's very important.
It certainly is. In a lot of the old heritage buildings, they were built a wee bit bigger and a bit sturdy.
Yeah.
So that's great. But sometimes it's higgledy-piggledy access, but here it's good.
It's good. Well, it's been delightful being here, and it's been lovely getting to know you and your work, which I think we'll be following you with interest.
And likewise.
Are you knackered after a whole week here? Because I know Fiona is.
Yeah, I am, but it's a good knackered because it's been really, really just nice seeing people again and seeing people where we're all happy. We're happy to be together, catch up again. Obviously enjoying the art. It's been great from our point of view, is having had all this art in our house, and now the house it feels quite big because all the art has gone out. But yeah, no, it has been lovely. It's surprising how tiring it is just being like cheerful and sociable for 3 days so far.
Well, plus the days putting it up and everything.
Yeah, but that was interesting as well because we've never done an exhibition before. So Angela, who runs Resonate Together, was giving us tips on how to do it and what how it should be done to make it look more professional.
You've got like a double frame thing going on here because you've got this and then you've got the background.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of things you can do, like drop black at the background. But actually, with the white floor in that, I think that's quite striking, especially to do with the frame and stuff.
Yeah.
It is. I like that.
And is that the right height for it to be at, or can
It can go up a little bit higher, and I would probably try to tilt it a bit more so it's more straight on. Yes. So what they say about art, supposedly, is that the middle of a painting or an artwork is supposed to be at eye level.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen us?
Yeah, we're not all the same height. You have to bend your knees when you come in to look at this picture.
So when I do formal, I tend to do something where we've got a top line so that people know that it's presented, and so that you have this straight line that symbolises the effort and the curatorial element to what you're doing, which is important. So themes that you've got, you can go purely by frame colour, for example, as one element. It can be a really strong element as well, because you'll know as soon as if you have a load of black and you put a blue one in the middle, it'll stand out.
Yeah.
You recognise that. You've got a potential of a theme of people. If you've got a strong enough theme, then it does enable people to really focus on the art and not go, that frame should be this colour or that should be that colour. Honestly, it's really interesting. So you've got two things. You've got, again, you're coming in, that's the longest, that's a really good space to have something really strong and meaningful. And also the middle of the wall there, because of course you tend to just put one, and it's lovely. Then, when you're coming through, it's all important, but in the sense of how you set the tone of a space. Right, this wall is really important. I'm trained at art school, so I'm very fortunate to be able to go on tons of courses like this. And we've all got different styles, so there's nothing right or wrong in any of this. You could put stuff everywhere and people still love it. I mean, it's, you know, people love art. So to me, I tend to go find the pieces that are key. And I tend to start with that, and then I go, and what's that telling me about a theme? And then I really look at the colours, and I'm a fussy sod because I move things around to try to make everything work, so they equally have a strength about them within the group show. Yeah. Because of the shape of the room, you've got this as a strong wall, people will then go sort of and look around, so you can actually have totally different themes in here and it still works. If you look at the colours of that, also things like where is it facing? The energy of it, these sort of things. So for example, you've got this baby black framed one here looking back the way, and the two are facing to each other. So already you're sort of creating a conversation with this wall, whatever goes on in between. So what we need to then do is consider, consider the top line. We had big discussions about the different ways to exhibit artwork, and one that's easy to do and is really fast is, I think you use smattering, is splash them up all over the place. And it can look really fascinating and people can work hard to find stuff, and it can sometimes work as a collective exhibition. And we've done that a lot, especially when you've had like 400 or 500 pieces of work and you've got about half an hour to hang it. So, but it can work. One of the things that gives present to artwork is that thought around how to hang something. So I call it the formal way of doing it, whereas if you have this artwork that we're just fixing now, and then you had a few at the top that all had exactly the same top line that matched in with that, when you're coming in, you're seeing this, and it's lovely. As you can tell, I'm biased. It's really nice. You can still wiggle things around underneath, and you don't have to go in columns because you've got a top line. So you've got lots of options, but it's all to do with taste, it's all subjective. So it totally depends on what you want. Probably, you know, something along the lines of...
Yes. Wow.
The similarity is uncanny, isn't it?
That is brilliant.
So you've got, you know, so for instance, depending on what else we pull out, because it's for the artist, it has to be about the quality of the work and the quality of how we hang this, because we owe them that favour. So you've got an end piece there, an end piece there. If that was something in the middle, we've got an option to do something either side of it. So you've got, I mean, in the sense of faces, an artist. This goes, there's something about the way these speak to each other that I really quite like.
They're both looking in from the same side.
And also you've got multiple people. So at the moment, we're tending to do an individual.
We're doing single people,
and especially for anybody who comes in that might have anxiety about coming into a new place and things like that, they tend to gravitate towards a single person.
Why did I not know about this?
I know. What's that?
Why did I not know about this?
I've done billions of pictures in my time. I've never done that.
Four pinballs.
So all you do is you put it in the middle because you try to get the balance, right? And then you because of course when you measure from the top to the string, a lot of these strings stretch. So you need the weight of it hanging off the string. So, and then you try to carefully see how many. Ideally, the smallest figure, so I tend to go centimetres, so it's just over 9. Right? And then we want to decide where we want this to come down to, because then we'll add on a 9.
So we now know how to get a top line, how to measure things, so that you're not having to put a nail in and go, no, a few more inches up, a few more out. We get it right first time, every time now.
That was an absolute eye-opener, wasn't it?
No,
And
so
did that sound like you're going to do this again?
I think that's the plan. Yeah.
Very good.
Because what we were saying was this. I mean, it almost seems to be like more about independence than it was initially. We were trying to market it as just a independent Scottish
artist,
as opposed to everyone. It's all about independence. I mean, obviously there is lots about independence in it, but they're all artists who are working independently within Scotland. So. Next time we're saying we want to concentrate more on like the history and culture and
because there's a few. I'm sure some of them are gone already, but there's a few slates around the place. I mean, I don't know if you can see that one on the camera, but that's. I mean, I looked at it and thought, but that's Glen Close. That's a massive. And I'm thinking, so why would you want a slate by the massacre of Glen Close? But actually, there's other ones, and it's all about. It is our history, isn't it? That we didn't get, or I didn't get taught in school.
Yes, me too.
Coming here, I thought it's not about independence, but everything I see is through that lens. But then through that lens, there's so many things that are of interest.
But they kind of tie into our history and our culture, that's it. And seeing that. Yeah, there's lots of similarities, but there's also lots of differences as well. And as you say, it's like, well, what did we get taught in history? We got pushed down a certain pathway and not introduced to all this stuff that makes you think about, actually, well, why are we doing it this way? Why are we not doing it the way we used to? When you meet, we've had people down here. So one of our friends that came down, who's a Gaelic speaker, mother from Skye, mother got beaten, etc. if she used Gaelic. So and you're thinking, it was all driving these things that made Scottish people Scottish. When they prescribed the tartan, they prescribed the bagpipes. So we have had pipers here. We have,
And it's true. And I mean, I don't know if you noticed this, but I noticed in the paper yesterday that Elspeth King has just died.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's a Scottish historian. She ran the Stirling Smith Museum, but before that she was a chief curator at People's Palace in Glasgow. And I heard her talking, actually it was to pensioners for Indy, it was years back, and she was just talking about what happened when she went to St Andrews University and, she applied to study history, and she said, I want to study Scottish history. And she got, it was pretty well laughed at. And she said, well, it was laughed at. She says, but the other thing was, there was no one who could teach it, because most of the people who were lecturers there were from England.
Yes.
And they weren't interested. They didn't have the background, so she had to do it herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do remember reading about that and thinking, you're in Scotland, surely the people that are studying history or delivering the history should know about Scottish history.
Well, it's one of the aspects about having been, let's not say colonised, but having a colonial mindset. That's helped make that happen. I didn't learn anything about Scottish history. I mean, on Wednesday we're going to an afternoon in Kirkintilloch after, and it's about Thomas Muir, and the whole thing's called Thomas Muir in the 21st century. I didn't know who Thomas Muir was until about 2 years ago. Anyway, to get back to this, it's been really successful. You've sold loads, and that's all we know. That's good. Neil was telling us that's going to go to charity. Do you know how much it's kind of amounted to?
I think yesterday we were kind of looking at around about £3,000. So what we'd said initially was that half of the money was going to go to Resonate. They gave us the venue for nothing. They have hosted us, so we're going to give it, and they're a charity as well and do lots of good work, so great that we can support them. And lots of the artists who've contributed it have given us suggestions for charities, so that's what we'll do. We'll divide it up and send it out. So what it also means is, prior to this event, Yes Stones had raised £9,305. So we've broken the £10,000 mark. And there was never any intention initially to raise funds. It was just a suggestion at a march because people looked at the quality of some of the stones.
And now, because you do that all over different places where there's marches, now there's a whole set of, whether it's food banks or other charitable kind of donations dotted around Scotland, who know where that money's come from.
Yes.
It's great.
So this site now, the Carsbridge Cultural Campus, as it's called, was part of Carsbridge Distillery. So that's what it was originally. So they're going to be setting up a whisky heritage.
Oh, that's good.
Next
Yeah.
in Harvey House, which is the building behind this building we're in here.
I mean, came on the train from Glasgow, so sailing along to Alloa, and I'm looking out the window and I think, God, it's all these big warehousey things,
Bonded
and I'm thinking,
warehouses.
I bet that's bonded warehouses, and then about 100 yards further along, piles of barrels. I thought, oh yeah, it's whiskey.
Yeah.
It's whiskey
Yeah.
bonded warehouses.
Yes, we were just saying over 150 pieces
Of art, yes. Different kinds of art.
Yeah.
It's paintings on slate, paintings on canvas, a painting on stone, sample currency, posters, crochet,
That's right.
pastels, watercolours, oils, acrylic.
Currency.
Yeah.
The currency group.
Yeah, so quite a range of stuff.
A real range. Do you know what I've enjoyed seeing that's different is seeing the slates in a frame.
Yeah.
Because that's not something we've done before, and it really brings them out. It really, and the sort of 3D quality of it is really nice. I think.
Yes, thankfully we have very good framers who have experience of this now via us. So yeah, it's definitely a thing. It adds that bit of extra texture and what have you.
Yeah.
Some of the slates in themselves come from bizarre places, islands and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So there's, the odd shapes. You can use the shape of the slate to advantage as well, obviously, but they've been very popular this time round, no doubt about it.
And we've got, there's a political element. We did have at one point, we had a sort of radical corner with John McLean and Jimmy Reid.
When you passed your resolutions and you feel you've done your bit, and you think there's nothing more that you can do, why not act and in your actions emulate the grit of the man in Peterhead who writes for you, of the man in Peterhead who writes for you. 'Twas for you he garnered knowledge, sacrificed his very youth. He worked for you until his head was grey. They are killing him by inches just because he thought the truth, and having thought it had the guts to say, and having thought it had the guts to say, he will pay you back in plenty, it's you who stand to gain, for his lion heart is yours if he is spared. Then workers, for your own sakes, liberate McLean. You could do it aye tomorrow if you dared. You could do it aye tomorrow if you dared. Will you suffer his destruction on the tyrant's battleground? Will you let the cursed wrong defeat the right? He is one against an army, are you going to see him downed? Are you going to let him die without a fight? Are you going to let him die without a fight?
And of course our big centrepiece, the Palestine demo picture, which sparked some interesting conversations, or one in particular with that I had with somebody who came who had very different views on what the march was saying.
Yeah. I mean, public opinion is strongly in the Palestinian camp.
It is.
But you do meet people who have something to say that's completely in opposition to that, and it's good that we could actually discuss it through the medium of art as well.
Well, exactly, and it sparks conversation. I was asking, where do you get your news and your opinions? And social media. And when you think the effect of social media is to funnel what people are shown according to what the algorithm thinks their interest is. So if you have a particular viewpoint, that's the one you're going to get reinforced. And the same thing would happen on on our side as well. But when I was listening to Michael Gove on The Rest is Politics last night, quite a few of the same arguments that had come up in the conversation I had with the person here came out of his mouth. And some of them were quite specific points. And I thought, you can see the discussion points that are obviously circulating.
I mean, there's a lot of tutoring goes on, a lot of deflection going on as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many political crises, wars all over the planet, that they don't want to talk about any of them, really.
Yeah.
But when you want to talk about any of them specifically, then all of them say, well,
But
we can
what
talk about something else.
Yeah. Anyway, to move off the Palestine, because I mean, just as it just does, it's a topic that piece of art has sparked a lot of conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us came into this knowing how to put on, well, you maybe knew a bit about how to put on art exhibitions because of your previous experience, but I certainly had no clue, and I have found the process just fascinating. You know, that from selecting your main piece to how the others relate to it, to how you group things in themes, to, you know, having your level of, they either all match at the top or they all match at the bottom, and having exactly the same gap between different widths of painting. And it just made me go home after the first day and look at my dining room wall and think, what were you thinking? It's all higgledy-piggledy stuff everywhere.
No, it's absolutely true. I don't think you could ever be an expert in the field because there's so many different versions of what you could do.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing that Angela, who runs the place and has just been wonderful in her expertise and her sharing of it, she more or less kept saying, but it's your exhibition, you can do what you like. But this is what I might suggest.
No, they've been very generous
They've been
with their
fabulous.
help and
their time as well. They've been here every day, all day, every day.
Certainly if you were running this as just a commercial gallery, the amount of work you would have to put into it and the prices you would have to charge would be extraordinary. So
that's right.
You can understand why in the 10 years of austerity, things are kind of, it's not easy to sell art, let's put it that way.
And we are in Alloa, which is not a sort of metropolitan centre of art lovers. It's
known for its poverty.
It's known for its deprivation, but the fact that we've been able to sell over half,
Yeah, I mean,
it's really good.
Political as well. I mean, I mean, the political aspect of getting a gallery to actually do something that's semi-political is very, very unusual. It's very pragmatic in my eyes because it's actually easier for anyone to turn around and say, we're not doing anything political, particularly if it's anything to do with Scottish independence.
Well, this is the thing, it's not so much we're not doing anything political, it's we're not doing your politics. The bit that isn't your politics, that's fine. If we'd wanted a display of Union Jacks, I'm sure a lot of galleries might have taken that on.
Well, we'll have enough of that shortly, I presume. But no, it's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's great community effort here. All this money's going back into good, solid causes, and so I think we'll do it again.
Well, I think we'll have to think carefully how big we make it, what opening hours we do, perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean, there has been times that have been busier than other times in the day, and we probably don't need to be quite so early or quite so late.
But it is a good venue.
It's a great venue, and it couldn't have been more helpful in letting us do it.
So today's been the last day. A lot of people will be coming in and picking up things now. But we're going to leave art on the wall until the next exhibition is on, which is really the Christmas fair.
So what if somebody's been watching this podcast and has spotted a particular piece that they think, oh, I would love that. Is there any...
Well, they can always message me. I mean, we're on Facebook, and so if they're interested in anything, or they want to go down a similar sort of theme, or donate anything, then we could always have a chat about that.
And if you're an artist out there, and you've got a garage full of your stuff, and you're thinking, if only I could display this somewhere, get in touch, because it's probably not too soon to start thinking about next year if we're going to have a go at doing it again. And at least in terms of gathering the material, because how long did it take to amass what you've got?
Well, a lot of the things have been gathered since 2019, so 6 years ago, when the first ones came in, and we've been gathering them right up until yesterday. So literally, paintings that came in, one of them's just sold today. A painting that came in yesterday is sold today. A lot of it's just been hiding in the cupboard, earning no money and not getting seen by anybody, which is absolutely ridiculous. But that's the kind of time span it takes through COVID and all the other things
Yeah,
that have been going on to actually get round to it and put it on.
Yeah.
It could be the first time it's been done, who knows?
Well, I can't think of another actual art sale of indie work. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of indie artists around. We know that from the people that you see at marches and things, but it tends to be the Slates and the Stones. I suppose it's portable stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
Slates
yeah.
and Stones. But the just the number of the artists as well said, "Oh, I don't know if this is any good," and you look at it and think, "It's lovely."
Yeah,
They're very,
fabulous, absolutely
yeah.
fabulous. People always do that. They say, I don't think maybe it's good enough to go in your
I
exhibition.
think absolutely it is. So, what's your takeaways then? What have you learned from
Oh,
this?
so there's a huge demand for Scottish cultural history, music, themed events like this. It just seems to have sort of disappeared, perhaps. So thinking back a few decades almost, you know, all the sort of Scottish folk music was really popular and stuff like that. Scottish history books by Preble and Co were really popular. We seem to have sort of gone into a modern age and drifted away from our sort of cultural heritage and stuff.
And yet that's what pulls people together, isn't it, their culture? I mean, we've not even mentioned the music. You said music there. We've had 2 different pipers. We've had a sax player in. And at one point, I thought I could hear a conversation going on in Gaelic between the piper and just somebody who'd come
Peter
to see the
Anderson
stuff.
was
Peter Anderson.
chatting,
Yeah, and then we had music going on from various different genres, and we've got art from all these different genres. And I thought all these are languages that connect people.
Yeah, and the gallery itself, and Angela who runs it, but they were saying, you know, it'd be good to do something about the local history as well.
Yeah.
So we've kind of missed that slightly. We've got lots of Stirling Bridge and Wallace Monument and that kind of thing, which is just outside Clackmannanshire, really.
Yeah.
So this building with its big history of the whisky industry going back hundreds of years, the pillar in the garden.
Yes, and we'll show you. We've got a clip of the piper playing next to the pillar. So say what the pillar is.
So this is an ancient relic, really, that came back from the Napoleonic Wars in Egypt. So the origin of the pillar itself, it's called the Egyptian or Napoleon's pillar, but it probably dates back to something going
It's a
back
bit like the Elgin marbles, isn't it? That's not who actually owned it.
No, I mean, the pillar reminds me of, it's typical of the sort of thing that gets used, taken out abroad, and or used locally to build another fortress or something like that.
Yeah. It was fascinating, and
So
it's just in the garden of this otherwise demolished distillery, and you can see piles of bricks over there. You can see the regeneration area behind us.
Yeah, what you will notice is lots of bricks all over the place. Just behind here there was an old brickwork. So
See, that's the kind of thing. If we were going to do something cultural about this area, it's going to have to be very much on the industrial history, which is everywhere. There was actually an app that the University of Stirling produced a couple of years ago that had things that you can see that were relics of the mine working and the silver mine and various things. And it was sort of a trail that you could go. But
yeah, the silver mine's really interesting because it takes you back to round about the period of Darien and the Act of Union and the clipping of silver and the shortage of silver and why it was so essential to have the silver mines.
Yeah.
And so that's another old aspect of Scottish currency, which I think I shall endeavour to produce a wee, I don't know, a post on or something.
that's probably a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, there's lots more to do.
Lots more to do. Well done for organising and getting this going, because it's been a huge, I don't think we realised just
Sleep
quite
for a
what an
weekend, really.
undertaking it was going to be. But it's been very, very interesting. It's been very enjoyable. And Marlene has done a dog. Well done. Come and show it to the camera. Do you want to come in?
No.
Yeah, I think you should.
Go on. Our most popular artist has
What I
just
was
appeared
coming
in the
through to say was the sausage roll,
Yay!
margarita pizzas.
Oh,
So come grab
wow.
yourself something to eat.
Fabulous, thank you very much.
That was great. Although I wasn't on the scene on the camera shot. Actually, I was listening to Neil and yourself talking. It's just fascinating, all of that, isn't it? It's just great what you start to find out. And anyway, I've been busy because that's my.
It's beautiful. That's her first thistle.
That's my first
stone.
That's
Your
my first stone,
actually.
and this isn't finished yet. But this is my second stone. It's a wee Westie.
And you'll have to show us that once it's varnished as well, because it'll come up beautifully.
Right, I don't know how to varnish it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you in a minute. We might even have some here. These stones are from Talisker, and they're smooth as anything. And when you varnish them, they come up a lovely dark colour, and makes the colours really pop. I use spray-on yacht varnish. Comes in cans. You get a pack of 3 from
you just spray
online. Just spray it and then let it dry overnight. Or you can use just urethane or floor varnish or interior varnish, anything, and it just seals it and keeps the colours.
Great.
So that was something just a little bit different to our usual. So it just shows you there's always something going on in Scotland and in the indie movement, which is wonderful. And I've thoroughly enjoyed being part of this.
Well done, Neil, for having the idea, and then Neil and Lynne and yourself and other people all getting it together, and for everyone who's come along and given put in artworks. Fantastic.
Yeah. If you want to find out any more about the charity that runs this place that has hosted us, the charity's called Resonate Together. They do have a website which is unfortunately a couple of years out of date. That's on their to-do list. But if you did want to...
I did notice that when I went on.
They are on Facebook. And if you wanted to get involved in volunteering or look up what classes they do or make a donation to them if you like, I'll put the name and address anyway in the notes. I don't know. I should be able to find their Facebook.
Can I get on with my...
Yes, go on. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks. Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to make sure you're following us and subscribe to us, then you get notified every time we put something new out, so you don't miss anything. That would be great. Also, you can click the little bell if you're watching on YouTube.
And sign up for our mailing list. You can do that from the website, and we always send one out at the beginning of each month to tell you what's happening. Last but not least, you can buy us a coffee on coffee.com.